The Research Writing Process, Conversants, Part 4 of the Invention Process. The authors of the secondary sources that you are interacting with in your essay are known as conversants, and it is an important step in the research process when you identify your primary conversants and read their research on the topic. Some writers only place their writing in conversation with prominent landmark figures in the field instead of recognizing that their primary conversants are contemporary scholars who are writing similar secondary sources on the topic. So, as you research, look for recent scholarly works commonly cited in the sources you are reading. In order to credibly contribute to the topic and situate your perspective, you will need to interact with these recurring works and scholars. Look for the works of scholars who are performing research most like your intended research. Also, get to know your primary conversants, ascertain their educational background, determine the domains of their research, that is, in what disciplines or subdisciplines they primarily research, and note the other scholarly works they have published. Learning about your conversants enables you to better understand the assumptions underlying their perspectives, better anticipate their objections, and better recognize your own biases or areas where your understanding is deficient. Once you have begun to identify your conversants, one of the best ways to arrange this information is an annotated bibliography, that is, a compiled list of secondary sources on debated issues related to your topic, plus a one-paragraph evaluation of each source. For each secondary source on your topic, include a full bibliographic citation followed by an annotation that includes the writer's name and credentials, a summary of the source's argument, an evaluation of the source's quality, and an evaluation of the source's usefulness and function. Although this task may seem tedious, once you've compiled an annotated bibliography, you are well on your way to a draft, having already written much of your literature review and counterargument section as well as some content for your core argument. Also, an annotated bibliography provides an orderly way for you to compile your research notes and record your assessment of each source. For help with this task, look up our video about crafting an annotated bibliography on the Writing Center's YouTube channel. Since the literature review or scholarly conversation is a brief survey of the scholarly opinions on the research question and research problem, you should already have a good idea of how to describe the different perspectives based on your research and your annotated bibliography. Start by naming the scholar or labeling the perspective. Then briefly summarize each perspective in a phrase, clause, or at most a few sentences. At this point, you should be able to copy phrases from your annotated bibliography and paste them into your literature review. Lastly, indicate the relationship between perspectives, showing a chronological relationship or a dialogical relationship between perspectives. For help with this task, look up our video about crafting a literature review on our YouTube channel. By now, you should be able to begin crafting an introduction with all 6 elements outlined in the overview video. In the next video, we will discuss how to expand your introduction into a rough draft.